Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pastor Oni's Review Zone. And today we are going to be diving into one of the topics that is just blowing up all of social media right now, and that is the cancellation of the Fresh and Fit podcast. Well, it's not really a cancellation. It is actually they being booted off of the partner program, which means then that they cannot get monetized. Their podcast is unable to be monetized on YouTube. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Pastor O'Neill's Review Zone podcast. We are glad that you decided to join us today. This podcast focuses on reviewing topics like movies, music videos, audio clips, and even relationships, so sit back and enjoy the show. Welcome to Pastor O'Neill's Review Zone.
Alright, so welcome back to Pastor O'Neill's Review Zone. Today we are going to be looking at the Fresh and Fit podcast. Really three things that I have learned as a brand new channel about Fresh and Fit being booted off of the partnership program. Alright, and so here's the first one. There's an old saying, when your neighbor house on fire, wet yours. Here's what it means. It means then that if something is going wrong with your neighbors, as in this case the Fresh and Fit podcast, because whether you have a huge channel or you have a very small channel or you now start, all of us are content creators. All of us are content creators. And what that means is that what happens to them could very well happen to us. It has nothing to do about the Negro race or the black people, or it doesn't have anything to do about race, Black Lives Matter, YouTube is being discriminative. There's nothing to do about that. Alright? It all has to do with the community guidelines. And just as they were booted off of the partnership program, I can be booted off whenever I get to be monetized, or anybody who is monetized can be booted off the same way, simply because we did not operate via or using their community guidelines or abiding by their community guidelines. Alright? And usually when you break a community guideline, they will send you a message, and if you do it 3 times, well, of course, you'll be booted off. That means you were flagrantly disrespecting their community guidelines. Alright? And as a huge channel, you should always pay attention to that, even if you have to hire somebody to make sure that you stick within the guidelines, you have to do it. Alright? And so this is something that I have learned as well. The second thing that I have learned from this huge channel being booted is, there might be a little bit cringy, might use some expletives along the line, but by and large they were really trying to help men, young men, and the young women. Don't get it twisted. They were trying to help young women to live better lives. Alright? And one of the things that we must understand, to whom much is given, much is required. Alright? So having a huge channel with over 1 million subscribers is not an easy task. And these guys grew up really fast. In the space of 3 years, they grew up really fast, and they have a huge platform. When you have a huge platform like that, you have got to cross your T's and dot your I's more clearly. You've got to dot your T's and dot your I's and cross your T's more circumspectly, because you are now under the microscope. Everybody's going to be looking at you, and then apart from the people that are trying to compete against you, you also have your subscribers who are looking up to you, and they are looking at how you conduct your business, how you carry about yourself. So you have got to make sure that you conduct your business and you carry about yourself online and offline as best as possible, and try to stick within the community guidelines, and also for yourself. Don't try to be more cocky, because you are making a lot of money now. Don't try to be over the top, because everybody else is below you and you're at a level. No. You've got to remain humble. So to whom much is given, much is required. The third and final point that I want to look at, what I have learned from Fresh and Fit podcast being booted off of YouTube's partnership program, is this. Whenever you are dealing with relationships, alright, whenever you're dealing with relationships, whether it be Kevin Samuels, whether it be Pearly Things, whether it be Sadia Psychology, whether it be, whatever dating podcast, it doesn't matter. Once you are dealing with relationships, you are actually dealing with some things that are more than natural. You are also dealing with some spiritual aspects of it. Whether you subscribe to Christianity, whether you subscribe to spirituality or not, it does not matter. It just simply remains that you have to deal with principalities and powers that are bent on taking away the very fabric of the society. And the building block of any society is the family. Alright? We have an enemy who is out here to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And he wants to destroy relationships. So it's not about a woman can't find a good man, a man can't find a good woman, all men are bad, or all women are 3 or 4s. There's nothing to do with that. I think we're just watching at the after effects. But the root cause is that we really have a spiritual enemy. We call him the devil, alright, Satan, the adversary, alright, the thief, the dragon, the serpent, whatever you want to call him, shaitan, whatever you want to call him, jinn, whatever. He is real, and his plan is to take away every single thing that God has set up from this very planet that we live on, to everything that he has created, to even the institution of marriage and relationships. He wants to destroy it. Alright? So once you are dealing with putting those things together, you are up against principalities and powers. And so you've got to make sure that you're a person of prayer. Make sure that you're a person who knows God, not what your religion says God is, but you know the true and living God. Make sure that you are covered under the blood of Jesus Christ. Make sure that you have angels encamping round about you. Make sure that you are a person of prayer, because you're going to be attacked on every single side. And I'm very, very certain if you talk to these guys from Fresh and Fit, they will tell you that they have had death threats. They have had people coming at them naturally. They have had hateful email. They have had all types of things happening to them. Why is that? Simply because you are dealing with something more than meets the eye. Once you are dealing with relationships, you are dealing with principalities and powers. So those are the 3 things that I have learned. And just to recap them, number 1, when your neighbor's house is on fire, wet yours. Make sure you stick within the community guidelines. Number 2, to whom much is given, much is required. Alright, you have a huge platform. Make sure that you dot your I's and you cross your T's. In other words, that you walk with a level of professionalism and you walk with a level of decorum, whether you're online or you're offline, because everybody look at you. And number 3 is the fact that you have principalities and powers that are coming after you. Those are the 3 things that I have learned from the cancellation of the Fresh and Fit podcast from off of the YouTube partner platform. Tell me what you think about these 3 things. Tell me if what you think is true or not true. Leave your notes in the comments. Be respectful. I will try to respond to each and every one of them. And as a young, brand new channel, I am trying to grow. So please like and subscribe if you think that our information, our content is of use and is of value to you. So this is Pastor O'Neill from Pastor O'Neill Review Zone saying take care, keep safe.